Hi guys, John here, and I'm going to give you my quick review of the new Justin Long, Drew Barrymore film, Going the Distance. Now, Going the Distance is about these two characters, played by Justin Long and Drew Barrymore, who hook up in a bar one night, and they're in New York City. However, Drew Barrymore tells Justin Long's character that in 6 weeks, she's flying back home to San Francisco and she's going to be gone. That's okay, they think we'll just have like a short, fun relationship. Unfortunately, as the 6 weeks pass, the two characters actually really fall for each other. And as she's leaving for the airport, he kind of professes that he's crazy about her, and they decide to try a long-distance relationship. The rest of the film is really about these two characters trying to manage, maintain, and make this relationship work, even though they live on opposite ends of the country. The first thing I want to say about Going the Distance is how amazed I was. Look, I've seen other movies and other romantic comedies and even dramas that try to portray a couple with the struggle of having a long-distance relationship. Look, I was in a long-distance relationship or faced with a long-distance relationship scenario for a while. And I can tell you, I have never seen a film that really captures both the pragmatic and the emotional toll taken on a couple who are facing a long-distance relationship, especially a couple that are really crazy about each other. And this movie absolutely nails it. From the practical problems, the travel expenses and time off work and when can you make it happen, and the emotional turmoil, the emotional struggles, and the sexual struggles that you have of being separated from a person that you love. And I've never seen a movie that captured that as well. I've never seen a television show captured as well. And I was really impressed with this film that it absolutely nailed that whole predicament that they were in. Now, on the other end of the scale from the way they nailed the long-distance relationship stuff, it's a romantic comedy, so it's got to be funny. And without a doubt, the funniest parts of this film come with this triangle of friends: Justin Long, Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Jason Sudeikis from Saturday Night Live. These three characters play friends in New York City, and whenever the three of them are on screen together, I laughed my ass off. Really, Charlie Day especially, but the way the three of them work together is what made Charlie Day work so well, I think. It was all three of them together. It was very, very funny. And sometimes you see romantic comedies that have an interesting premise, but really the premise just gets in the way. It's the comedy. Or sometimes the comedy doesn't work. Going the Distance was, I found, to be a very, very nice balance between the emotional struggle of the long-distance relationship and the all-out laughs and comedy produced mostly by these three characters. But also, the relationship between Justin Long and Drew Barrymore also has some laughs along the way too. But the three friends is what really made it work for me. And in that way, it's balanced very, very nicely. Now, Going the Distance is not a perfect movie. There was one scene in particular that really stood out to me. It felt kind of forced. The actor Ron Riggle, who we've seen in a lot of kind of Will Ferrell-esque type movies. Of course, he was in Step Brothers, and he's in The Hangover as the cop who lost his car, and then, in the face, him. I really like him. But they bring him in for one scene in this movie. It's a dinner scene. And all of a sudden, Going the Distance goes from feeling like a nice, emotional, yet funny romantic comedy to feeling like a Will Ferrell kind of comedy. And I like Will Ferrell comedy, but the two don't go together. And I found the scene took the movie in kind of a silly direction just for the duration of that scene, and it didn't work. He didn't need to be there. And it's not his fault. I'm just saying that scene didn't need to be there. It was kind of jarring. Also, I felt that there was a very natural ending point to this movie. And if you see the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's at the airport. And I felt like that was a very natural ending to the film, that not you roll the credits after that scene, but that scene then, 5 more minutes, end of movie. That felt like a really good natural ending for me. But unfortunately, after that natural feeling ending, the movie stretched on another 15 or 20 minutes that I felt was really unnecessary, kind of dragged it out. I felt like up to that point, the film was really fun, very satisfying emotionally and comedy-wise, and it just should have ended. And it's like, okay, this plate of spaghetti was too good, but now you're forcing too much down my throat. And that is what I kind of felt about that. One of the really nice things about this film, too, is seeing Justin Long really taking on the lead. I've been a fan of Justin Long's ever since 2001 with Jeepers Creepers, still one of my top 10 horror films of all time. And, of course, he plays the kid in Galaxy Quest. And I've been really interested following his career ever since. And I think he's got a lot of talent, a lot of gifts, and I just don't think he's had the opportunity to kind of display them. It's really nice seeing him get the opportunity in this film, and I think he does a great job. I'm not even a big Drew Barrymore fan, but I really appreciated her work in this film. I thought she did really nice. Charlie Day was absolutely hilarious. Like I said, that whole Triumvirate of Friends was really good. So overall, I think Going the Distance is a very emotionally satisfying, funny romantic comedy that is really entertaining. If you've ever been in a long-distance relationship, you'll especially appreciate it. Not a perfect film, few wasted scenes, goes on too long, but still overall quite enjoyable. Personally, out of 10, I give Going the Distance an 8 out of 10. For JohnCampea.net, I'm John Campea.